Hello everybody, and welcome back for another World of Tanks video. Today I'm platooned up with Korsakoff and we are in our tier 6 heavy tanks in a tier 8 game. Now normally this would make me very sad, but I am in my KV-2, and in my KV-2 I couldn't possibly be sad, because it's the most fun you could possibly have in World of Tanks, at least in my humble opinion. Now the one thing that makes the KV-2 a bit... well, it has two things basically, which makes the KV-2 a bit of a not very competitive tank, so to say. First of all, the 105mm howitzer might have an enormous amount of HE damage, but its penetration is not super amazing and the accuracy is absolutely dreadful. But there's also a thing with the KV-2. Whilst I bump into this KV-5 here, is the reload also takes forever. So playing these in a platoon is actually very nice, because you can kind of compensate for this lack of reload because of because you have two KV-2s. Each KV-2 can fire sort of in series. So one would take a shot, then the other, and that would basically mean that there's the time between a reloaded KV-2 is actually quite short. Now, Korsakoff and I are taking up a defensive position here, a bit at the back. It's not obviously the KV-2 is not a great sniping tank, but we need to be a bit careful here. We are in a tier 8 match, so driving up to the front to say hello to an IS-6 is not the greatest thing. Now I need to take a clutch shot here, but luckily RNGesus is with me today. So that Black Prince actually catches both my shot and the shot of Korsakoff, and by the looks of it the shot of something else as well. He lost an enormous amount of health, but then again Korsakoff rolled for over 300, I rolled for over 200, and unfortunately I take a shot of the IS-6 here. Hadn't really noticed that he could be aiming at me, a bit of poor situational awareness by myself. The Black Prince decides to roll forwards. Korsakoff already put the shot in, and I'm able to snap a shot into the side of the Black Prince. Now it's just a waiting game. What's going to happen next? We see this Oni moving closer to us, and Korsakoff smells blood in the water. So he takes a shot, does 300 damage, and again leaves the tank for me to finish off. Unfortunately, the snapshot was a bit too much of a good thing there. Would have been too crazy if I actually hit that, but then again this tank sometimes does this. There are those days where no matter how large this inaccuracy is supposed to be, your shots just land where you aim them. And then there are other days when the accuracy basically does what it's supposed to do. But this is not one of those days, and let's take a moment to appreciate that I just bounced a 150mm shot from a Rheinmetall Polsig, a tier 8 German tank destroyer. Well, guess what? I have a 152mm as well. That was actually extremely lucky that I bounced that shot there. I have no idea how that is possible. He might have just hit a very awkward angle on my tank and bounced off the turret. Now me and Korsakoff had a bit of a discussion here in game, or discussion. We were discussing what to do next, and Korsakoff wanted to support the heavies on the more towards the center, and I decided, well, you go do that. I'm going to go for this AMX M445, because I know what happens to AMX or AMXs like that. These French heavy tanks have no rear or side armor, so if I can get to the rear of this this French heavy tank, I'm going to one-shot him. I know this. 835 would be a low roll if I would get it. So I smell blood in the water, I turn my turret around, take a moment to aim, or not really take a moment to aim, and that's why I wanted to go back so badly. And now there is an IS-3 on the enemy team as well, and he's still on full health. Me and Korsakoff do decide to try and engage him. Luckily he's a bit cautious here. If he would have been more aggressive he would probably have done more, but as it is he wasn't very aggressive, so Korsakoff and I were able to get into position, and get ready to give him the 152mm loving. He actually moves around the corner, wasn't expecting that, but I'm able to put a shot into his tracks. Again a snapshot, but the bloom wasn't actually that big, the aim bloom. So I feel like tracking him there, clutch was more important than the 100% certainty that the shot would hit. He dunks a shot here, so I can move forwards. Unfortunately the KV-2 isn't quite fast enough to get in front of this IS-3 before he's able to reload. So me and Korsakoff are just waiting here, basically hoping that somebody else is going to help us out here versus IS-3, or that the IS-3 comes to us. Both work. Oh, excuse me. Now Korsakoff decides to poke around the corner and he finds this IS-3 has actually started to side scrape against us. Which, well, isn't actually that useful because the HE is going to do damage anyway, but to be honest, his side armor is actually very good, so I suppose I understand why he would do so. Now the artillery gets into the fun as well. Shotguns himself, which is kinda sad. I make my way around and I fire at his frontal plate. A very low roll there from the IS-3. Got a bit unlucky, but to be honest, he's dead now. There's not much he can do. Takes another shot, and unfortunately Korsakoff dies, but the Comet takes out the IS-3, and that's the end of the match. And here are the post-game stats. As we can see, this was not my daily double for today. At least I don't think it was. Let's have a look. Nope, it certainly was not. This is a 1276 base experience game, where I didn't actually fire all that many shots. As you can see, I one shot at the AMX, which got completely destroyed. 2 shots at the Black Prince, 2 shots at the IS-3, and 1 shot at the Rheinmetall Bolsik. Now when we look at the team score here, we can see that I ended on top on experience earned, ended on top as well on damage done, which is very nice considering that I was in tier 6 tank. Now Korsakoff didn't actually play a bad game himself. He got 1700 damage as well himself, and over 900 base experience as well, which is very, very nice. He probably wasn't that far off an ace tanker himself, so bit of a shout out to my good friend Korsakoff here. Which actually got 3rd on experience earned as well. Very nice, very nice. In the detailed report we can see that I fired 7 shells, 1 of them missed, which was that clutch shot on the Japanese heavy tank, I think it is. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I was able to block that shot of the Rheinmetall Bolsik, which was completely super duper lucky. I'm not going to claim anything otherwise. But yeah, that's 750 damage blocked of a 150mm gun. Absolutely retarded that it bounced. But hey, I'll take it, and I was able to finish him off. I hope you found this replay as enjoyable as I did. Hope you enjoyed the Rheinmetall Bolsik bounce as much as I did as well. And I'll see you for the next one.